Hey, yo, salute to all my subscribers. Special shout out to everybody else passing through. It's the social forecast. Rah! All right, let's talk about Jared Kushner. Yeah, I know I really don't like talking about this Trump shit too much, but y'all know, in keeping with the true nature of this platform, the social forecast, I have to speak on social events. I have to speak on politics. I have to speak on the goings on the national stage, the world stage, what have you. Now, I'm about to get into my conspiracy theory talk, but I'm gonna step aside and reserve the right not to call this conspiracy theory shit. But Jared Kushner, who happens to be a senior official, one of Trump's implants, if you will, if we're going to do the whole conspiracy theory thing. Now, Jared Kushner applied for top secret security clearance. And in a background check, some information came up that might suggest, this is based on the article that I read, based on what the news is reporting, not me. These are not my own words. These are not my thoughts or my theories. But based on an FBI background check, it's being suggested that based on family business and foreign ties, that Kushner may have some foreign influence on him. And based on those things, because, we're talking top secret security clearance, matter of national security, the scope is wider than it is for a lot of other things. So you can be denied top secret security clearance, which has to do with national security, for a lot of different reasons. So his application was rejected because of things that maybe looked like they should or could be further scrutinized, let's say. Now, the rejection came from two career security specialists whose job it is to vet and investigate and then I guess ultimately determine approved or denied for anyone seeking different levels of security clearance, let alone top secret security clearance. So Jared Kushner was denied his clearance. And then the supervisor of these two career security specialists overruled that decision and then approved Jared Kushner to have his top secret security clearance. Mind you, this official, Carl Klein, supervisor of these two career security specialists, also happens to have approved 30 cases of individuals seeking different levels of security clearance that had previously been denied or held for further review for whatever reason. And in this article, it's being reported by NBC News for the information that they obtained on this whole thing, that this many cases of individuals who were denied security clearance for whatever reason and then had those decisions overturned, this many cases is unprecedented. Now, I get back to my original disclaimer. I'm not saying that there is a conspiracy to, do illegal shit. I'm not saying that Trump should be impeached for illegal wrongdoings or perceived illegal wrongdoings perpetrated by either himself or members of his administration. I'm not saying any of that. I'll leave those types of determinations and classifications up to the intelligent viewership that is the social forecast platform. What I am saying, though, clearly, as clear as day, what I am saying is this administration doesn't have a clue. clearly, right? They don't have a clue. How could you have? And there are a lot of things as far as politics go where there are gray areas that I feel a lot of people, civilians, don't really understand. And it's such a deep rabbit hole. And look, I don't pretend to understand everything about politics, but I at least understand enough on a slightly more than basic level to know that there are certain things that have excuse me, getting over it. There are certain things that have larger implications, right, on a national scale when you talk about national security. And when you have a president and a cabinet and half of his administration who really don't know politics, who really don't have the experience in politics, really don't have a clue on how things are supposed to work, should work, and really don't seem to care much about optics, shit can get real bad real quick, is basically what I'm saying. What I don't understand is, in a system where there are so many checks and balances, how is it that one person can overrule? We're talking about top secret security clearance. Why does it stop with this individual? I understand that he was named director of the FBI at some point. I understand, his credentials. But I would think when it comes to top secret security clearance that there would be a different office within the executive branch or even the legislative branch that would oversee or should oversee who gets approved or denied for top secret security clearance. Why not the generals? Why not, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole different, listen, this country's going to hell in a handbasket. I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. That's why now more than ever before on this platform, I'm reporting on things, politics, because prior to this administration, I kind of really avoided all things politics because it's not really my thing. Don't like to speak on it because most people who get into banter about politics half the time don't know what they're talking about. And if they do halfway know what they're talking about, it's just an argument or spat back and forth between two people who are letting their emotions get the best of them. So I kind of try to avoid it as much as possible. But with this current president in office, it's kind of impossible to avoid these things. We have to all be more involved than ever before. And that's readily apparent. It's obvious. But I just thought it was interesting. I mean, how do you even get appointed to be a high-ranking senior official for the White House if you can't pass a background check for top secret security clearance? I don't know. Listen, I don't pretend to know everything. This is a social forecast. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. See you on the next one.